fighting tournament. Okay, they're with me, my pals Liu Kang, Johnny Cage, Sonya, uh, Scorpion, Sub Zero. Okay, M Bison, Blanca, and everyone else. Okay, I'm a lover, not a fighter. How'd I end up here at this fighting tournament? I'm in a fighting tournament. Got a block. Ouch. Gotta block this. Ouch. Okay. There's no knives. There's just bare hands. Except if you have electric powers. See, that doesn't seem very fair to me. Okay? What kind of long distance, except for my farts, what kind of long range attacks do I get? I don't get electricity, scorpion, which, wait a minute, scorpion's not a long range attack. They're just calling him Scorpion, but it's a stinger that could. Isn't that the one that could go really far? See, okay, I guess fairness, if you're sitting there with a four-armed guy and you're like, excuse me, this isn't really fair, I guess you're in the wrong place because they won't care. They won't care. Electric attacks, water attacks, Pepto Bismol attacks, gelatin molds, all the weapons of a fighting tournament. Urchin balls, urchin launchers, anemone ass, all of the things that you have in a fighting tournament. Okay? Ice cube dispensers, zappity ding dongs, Twinkies, okay? All the things you have in a fighting tournament. Those long range attacks can be hard to counter. And if you ever have to end up like Johnny Cage fighting the four-armed guy, he just splits and punch him in the nuts. And that's how you win a fighting tournament. But the good story of the fighting tournament is always when you make friends. And then, but you know, at the end, you will face each other in the fighting tournament. And that's where you say, I resist this. I refuse to fight no more. I mean, I've refused to fight anymore. If you refuse to fight no more, then I think that means you want to fight. So, this is the ins and outs of a fighting tournament. Okay, it's because I've been listening to the Mortal Kombat soundtrack. Okay, so like it's not a surprise. You're like, oh, it's so random. Well, for you maybe, but for me it makes total sense because in my head right now I have dot 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 dot. You know what I'm saying to you? Sonya, okay? Johnny Cage, okay? Liu Kang, okay? Scorpion, okay? Sub Zero, okay? Freddy Frankenstein, okay? Cheesy McCheez-Its. Yeah, Mary McCheese. Grimace. Ronald McDonald. Fight. Dun, 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 the blood feud of Ronald McDonald and Grimace. And then that green one, the green Grimace comes and is like, you guys forgot about me. But I have not forgotten about you. I keep trying to show up in your movies, but they keep green screening me out so it looks like I'm just part of the background, like those people that paint themselves the same color as a thing of an entire grocery aisle, and then step out into the aisle. Dun, 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 dun. I just stepped on a tack or something. What was that? It poked into my foot. That means I'm used to the pain of a fighting tournament. These are the ways you could train for a fighting tournament. Okay, step on some tacks, okay? Do some swimming. Swimming is a nice, excellent, non-impact way to get into shape and get conditioned. Okay, do some nice swimming with some pals. Punching bags of sand, punching buckets of gravel, but like punch in the gravel, not punch the side of the bucket. Otherwise, you could have anything in the bucket. Wouldn't have to be buckets of gravel. It could be buckets of feathers, and you're still punching the side of the bucket. But so they're like, how did you train for this fighting tournament? And you're like, I punched in buckets of feathers. And they're like, that doesn't seem like very good training. Although, you know, if you got the feather, you could get a feather cut. a little sliver. So no, you punch the sides of the buckets, he said, and then you're like, oh, well, okay, and then a lot of times that's your first impression of someone is when you meet, and the leader of the mysterious island comes and says, "Welcome to my tournament," and so you have to make a good impression right away. And if you tell people that you've been punching buckets of feathers, they might let's just say they might underestimate your cognitive abilities. But then again, maybe that's a maybe that's a good thing. Except, see, that's what I thought I was doing all through junior high school. Is like, oh, they'll underestimate my cognitive abilities. Except it became kind of a self fulfilling prophecy, and I was just a goon. So the part about being underestimated of your facilities is that eventually you show the opposite. But I forgot to do that last part, and I was just being underwhelming the entire time. I forgot to really turn the tables on everyone and show them really the fantastic things that I could do. I realize, yes, I'm a star. We're all stars, and we're all beautiful and having our own experiences in a divine way. But yeah, for me, it didn't. I forgot to do that last part where everyone's like, "Oh, we were wrong about that guy." No, everyone to this day is like, "We were right about that guy," and continue to be correct. See, the thing is, violence begets violence. So, even if you win the fighting tournament, in a way you lose because you will be dealing with that post traumatic stress the rest of your life. Tell me a four-armed guy coming at you isn't going to give you nightmares like 10 years from now. Okay? So, and what do you win in this tournament anyway? I don't remember. Do you get to take over the chocolate factory? I forget. So, anyway, that's your, I gotta go to therapy now.